All right. Hello, 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 everybody. It is so nice to get to be here with you. If we haven't met before, my name is Kalen, and I am an ecstatic life coach. I help people connect more deeply with their radiant, integrated, joyful selves. Every Sunday, I set aside some space and time for us to get together here on YouTube Live, do some meditating, and find a deeper sense of inner peace and well being. So, thank you so much for taking time to be here. It is an honor to get to share some space and time with you. Every week I try to pick a topic that I think is meaningful, something that maybe I'm working on in my own life, maybe something that I think will be valuable to all of you. And so this week I thought I'd explore the idea of feeling like a failure. I don't know if that's something you're currently experiencing, but it's something that most of us have experienced at one time or another in our lives. And for myself, I can remember not too long ago sitting on the subway in New York with my husband, just like crying because we were going to go see a play on Broadway that people I went to school with were in. And I was like, I've done nothing with my life. I'm never going to be feel successful, la, 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 la. And I was just unconsolably weeping and just feeling like my life was a total failure. So it's a sensation that I have felt intimately connected to. And I had some stuff come up this week that just brought it back to the front of my mind, this idea of not being good enough, not being a success in life, and ultimately how being a quote unquote failure actually can teach us a lot. And it is often much more our failures than our successes that define us and make us who we are. So I would love to spend a little bit of time focusing on that today. So please get comfortable, grab a chair, sit on the floor, lay down, do a headstand, whatever you would like, um, and dive in. I have brought some new toys with me this week. I've brought some singing bowls because I thought that could be kind of fun for us as we do some meditating to just have a little bit more sonic stimulation. So we'll be playing with that a little bit today. Show you this off a little bit more. All right. So get cozy. And we're going to begin just by focusing on our breath. So please take a few deep breaths, close your eyes. And just check in with your body. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Remind yourself that there is nowhere else you need to be right now. This is time for you. And just begin to listen to yourself. Allow yourself to just breathe and be. Let the belly expand as you inhale, contract as you exhale. And let's see if we can start to get a steady rhythm with our breath. So I'm going to start to tap a gentle beat. We're going to see if we can inhale together for 3, exhale for 3. Just like that. So breathe all the way out and breathe in for 1, 2, 3. Good. Breathe out 1, 2, 3. In, out. make it 4. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Let's go for 5. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And just let yourself breathe. Notice where you are, notice how you are. Remind yourself that there's nothing you need to be, nothing you need to do. You already are. So how many of you have ever felt like a failure or feel like a failure right now in your life? In some way, maybe it's not with your career, maybe it's with your relationships, or maybe it's with your body goals, maybe it's with your family. We all struggle. I often like to say to myself, nobody gets to escape this planet scot-free. No one gets to escape this planet without hardship and difficulties. All of us have our struggles. For myself, I spent my 20s really struggling to feel like I was succeeding in the world. I felt like I kept running into walls. I felt like I couldn't make the life for myself that I wanted. And that I was never successful enough, or handsome enough, or strong enough. I felt like a failure with my career, pursuing my career as an actor. I sometimes felt like I was a failure as a meditator, that I wasn't good enough. I felt like a failure with my body because I could never cultivate the body that I wanted, that I never looked like the guys on the cover of magazines, despite spending hours and hours at the gym. And I spent so much time comparing myself to other people. And I don't think it can be helped, like in the world that we live with social media. And I was a theater major in college, which was relentless in its desire to be to pitch you against each other, to make you feel like it was a constant competition, one that I almost never won. We are constantly being told you're in competition with other people, and we're constantly being told other people are better than you, because honestly, that is the truth. There is always somebody who's better. There is always somebody who's richer, taller, more successful, fitter, younger, kinder. There is always somebody who's better. And in the world we live in right now, we see the best of the best filling our feeds as if they were our neighbors, if they were our friends, people we would see all the time. And so it's so easy to feel insignificant. I just saw a short on YouTube today where they're talking about how Hugh Jackman in the original X-Men movie, year 2000, how no one would consider him fit anymore as Wolverine in that movie. We live in a society that is so overpopulated and so oversaturated in everything, and everybody has become such extremes in every direction. It's so easy to feel insignificant. And I ended up leaving the career of acting right when things actually started to take off, when I had gotten a good manager and a good agent, and I was working in LA, and I got a lot of the things I wanted. I decided to leave because I realized that no matter how successful I became, it would never be enough. So long as my sense of success was tied to the scripts that society was writing of what success looked like, it would never be enough. And we see this everywhere. The hedge fund manager who doesn't have enough money, even though they make more than 99.95% of the rest of the population. The actress who's won the Golden Globe Award but doesn't feel successful because she hasn't won an Academy Award. The fitness model who feels fat. Like, it's constant in our society, this feeling of not being sufficient. And so long as we are comparing ourselves to everybody else, we will always feel insufficient. I often like to say that comparison is the thief of joy because it's true. If you compare, you will fail. But here's the interesting thing. We all need to feel successful, it's true. But the struggles that I've endured through failure taught me something about myself. It taught me about my own resilience. It taught me about my own tenacity. It taught me that I could endure something really difficult. All the struggles I faced in my life, all the hardship, all the heartbreak. It's taught me that I have grit and that I have tenacity. And when we don't block out that pain, when we don't try to shove it down and pretend it's not there, but we wrangle with it, it can crack us open. A Rumi quote says, "Pain is the place where the light enters you." The people who have it easy, the people who have never truly struggled and things have just fallen in their lap, don't often have a lot of depth and don't often have a lot of true joy because, and science is actually showing this now, scientists are actually studying how the ability to experience profound, deep joy is entirely predicated by the amount of suffering you've gone through. That unless you have wrangled with despair, you cannot truly appreciate the good things in life. Or as Khalil Gibran, the poet, says, sorrow cuts a channel through which the river of joy is later able to flow through. Is the flute with which you play not once have been whittled with knives? Is the cup from which you drink once not burned in the potter's oven? Those areas where we have struggled and mourned and grieved and cried and tore our hair out and feel like we've been a failure can beat us, it can break us, it can bury us. But it can also crack us open. And my perceived failures has taught me more about humility and kindness and truth, compassion and tenacity, and helped me become the person that I am. Because failure is never forever, nor is success. Both come and go. When one is sitting at your table, the other is sleeping in your bed. Fame comes and goes. Riches come and go. Success comes and goes. And so long as we base our sense of self, our sense of well-being, our sense of power on these temporal things, we will always be in flux. But if you can feel like a failure and you still dance, if you feel like a failure and you can still sing, if you can still find joy even in the dark night of your soul, then you've learned something very profound. And when we stop listening to the stories that the dominant culture tells us about success and realize that success is about connection, it's about the people that we love, the people who love us, the friendships that we've maintained and built, the relationships we've maintained and built, the love that we share, the community that we cultivate. Then we see that we are truly successful. Success shouldn't be measured by dollars in our bank account or awards on your shelf or the title you hold. Success should be measured by the amount of love you've given the world, how gently you've lived, how much you've let go of the things that were never meant for you, the bravery through which you've lived your life. I think those are much better demarcators of success. And so we do our work, we strive to be better, we strive to improve and make a world that's meaningful. But we realize that success is within. You are successful because you live. You are successful because you've made it through. You survived when others didn't. When other people couldn't take it anymore and gave up and fled, you endured. You are successful because you're kind. You are successful because you give love. You are successful because you forgive. And that the only qualification for a successful life is to be here, to breathe, to live. You are successful because you live. It's as simple as that. A tree is successful, a blade of grass is successful because it lives, it thrives. It doesn't need to achieve anything to be the best tree it can be. It just needs to grow and accept sunlight, flower. And so it is for us. The best versions of us. That is enough. That is a successful life. So I want you to place your hands on your torso, on your belly, on your chest, wherever you would like. And just say, I am enough. 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 I am beautiful and radiant and powerful and successful. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Your worth is not measured by other people, by their successes and failures. Your worth is not measured by your bank account. It is not measured by your awards. It is not measured by your body. You are never a failure. You are beautiful and powerful. And anyone who told you otherwise didn't know what they were saying. You are amazing beyond measure. And it's time to believe that about yourself. so I encourage you as we move forward today, breathe into yourself and feel the peace within. Breathe into yourself and feel the power within you. Breathe into yourself and realize that you are starlight wrapped in skin. You have always been, you will always be. You are perfectly imperfect. You are enough. And you are never a failure. These are words I wish I could tell my younger self. I don't know if I would have been able to hear them, but it would have been nice to hear, to try. Everything is always changing. Learn to base your worth on your internal qualities. And what happens out here doesn't matter. You are amazing because you exist. We all are. And so take that to heart today. Thank you all so much for taking some time to be here with me. I hope you found this valuable. If you like this, I'm here every Sunday at 6 o'clock. And I always try to do at least one edited video during the week. I also work with people one-on-one, so feel free always to reach out if you ever need more support. And if you want to follow me on my other platforms, you're of course more than welcome. And if you have any requests for any topic for a meditation class or for an edited video, do not hesitate to ask. I always try to do that if I can, to try and address those things. So I'll thank you so much for being here. May you be blessed, may you be well, may you be happy, may you be filled with light and love. May you know your worth, may you be a blessing in other people's lives, may you dance with joy, and may you be held. You are beautiful and you are worthy. All right, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you taking this time today. Namaste. Blessings.